Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on, everybody? This is Joseph Conlon coming to you with your NXT TAKEOVER 30 review on Saturday night, August 22nd, 2020. This was a great show tonight, folks. I'm going to get right into it. I'm not even going to be that long in the intro because we got a lot to talk about in these 6 matches we saw tonight. But this was a great show. And now we got new champions, number 1 contenders, an unexpected great match, really good match with Pat Mcafee and Adam Cole. New champions, like I said. We'll get to that in the review. I just want to talk about the review, man. This was a great show tonight. There was not a lot of hype in the community, but there was some people actually talking more about AEW than they were NXT TakeOver. But I still thought that this was a great show tonight. This was a great show from NXT. And they need it after the TV, when they were on NXT TV. Their shows haven't been that great. The whole Velveteen Dream winning on Wednesday really got the fans in a sour mood. But tonight, I feel like it got so much better, and this turned out to be a great takeover. I just want to get into it, man. I want to get into it. Let's start. You guys already know what to do. Check out my Raw review this past Monday, NXT with Gamers Goon. We got the NXT, now after tonight, you don't even have to check it out because it's irrelevant. But SummerSlam preview predictions with Kevin Cabaza, and the SmackDown review from last night, the debut of the Thunderdome. And speaking of the Thunderdome, man, this guy signed up for the Thunderdome on Monday night. Yes, folks, you might be seeing Joseph Conlon inside the WWE Thunderdome on Monday night. That should be great. I was hearing rumors that someone got kicked out. I was talking rumors of why people got kicked out of the Thunderdome. Now I heard today that someone got kicked out because they were starting a New Day Rocks chant. If that's not ridiculous to you, I don't know what is. I really don't know what is. But we're not here to talk about the goddamn Thunderdome tonight. Let's talk about NXT TakeOver 30. Let's talk about the pre-show match very quickly, which was Breezango, Tyler Breeze, and Fandango versus Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch versus Raul Mendoza and Joaquin Wilde of Legado del Fantasma. The winner of this triple threat is going to go on to challenge for the NXT Tag Team titles. This was about a 9-minute match. Fun for what it was. Very good stuff. Lorcan and Burch, they were in control for most of it. Fandango hit a leg drop onto I believe it was Joaquin Wilde, one of those guys. I think it was Joaquin Wilde. And then at the end, Tyler Breeze just hit a super kick out of nowhere to Oney Lorcan, and he won the match for his team. So Tyler Breeze and Fandango, they won the match just like I expected them to. And they're the number 1 contenders. Like what I said in my NXT preview predictions. They're the only babyface tag team in NXT that can go up against Imperium. So they were going to win this match, and they did win this match. They're the number 1 contenders for the tag team titles, if you guys care. Those titles don't really mean anything as much as well. So, I mean, it's whatever. Breeze and Fandango won. Let's get into the main card, which started off with a great match between Finn Balor and Tim Thatcher. This was great. I loved it. Very, very technical. Some great mat wrestling from Balor and Thatcher. You never really see mat wrestling from Finn Balor, but we saw it in this match. He was really good tonight, was Balor. He is good on every takeover. Thatcher, this was his first takeover. Timothy Thatcher, he's very good. He's very good, okay? I love watching him wrestle. But his main problem is he has no charisma. And with that, I don't really think he's going to get over with the audience. It would be interesting to see how he would come off with an audience. And hell, the entire roster would be interested to see how they came off with an audience. But Tim Thatcher with no charisma and seeing how the audience would react, I don't really know. But this match was great. Thatcher was going after Balor's leg, his left leg, I think it was, that came into play in the match. Balor then hit a couple shotgun drop kicks to Tim Thatcher. A coup de grace, he missed. Then Balor was grabbing his knee, and Thatcher was looking at Balor like he was crazed. And he was like, oh, he's hurting you. Oh, you're holding your knee. Let me go attack it now. He gets him in the Boston Crab. Balor gets out of it. Shotgun dropkick, coup de grace, and then a nasty 1916 to Timothy Thatcher. Finn Balor got the win in this match. This was a great opening match. I had originally said in a tweet, this was probably the best opening match to a pay-per-view in 2020 until I was reminded about Keith Lee and Dominik Dijakovic by my man DJ Storms. So shout out to him. I'm sure he's watching this review. But he said Keith Lee Dijakovic. I was like, oh shit. So this is number 2. Keith Lee Dijakovic is number 1. But this was still, I thought this was a great match. And this was probably the way they were going to open. Like I said on the preview predictions video, they were going to open with this match. So they did indeed. And it was great. Very great. Then we got into the ladder match with Damian Priest, Johnny Gargano, Bronson Reed, who had some awesome attire tonight, inspired by Bam Bam Bigelow. It was. Great stuff right there. And then it was Cameron Grimes and Velveteen Dream. So, match was awesome. This match was awesome. I know everybody everybody hates Velveteen Dream, including myself. And just don't even think that he was involved in the match. Don't even think about him. And this is probably going to be the match of the weekend. This match was freaking crazy, man. This was crazy. Was it better than the first North American ladder match to crown the first ever NXT North America champion? No. No, it was not. But this was very, very entertaining. Some crazy ass spots here. We had Candice LeRae come out and pull Cameron Grimes' ankle off the ladder. Cameron Grimes got pissed. She hit a Hurricane Rana to Cameron Grimes onto, I believe, Bronson Reed on the outside. And then she was climbing on... Oh, no, it was Damian Priest that Grimes slipped onto. Then Bronson Reed was on the top. And Candice LeRae was on Bronson Reed's back. And Bronson Reed hits a tsunami splash onto Johnny Gargano with Candice LeRae on Reed's back. That was amazing. That must have hurt Bronson Reed's knees right there. That must have been very painful. And then we get to Priest grabbing the championship. He's stopped by Cameron Grimes, I think. Velveteen Dream. Then we see him back in the mix. And then we get to the end, where the Velveteen Dream is on the top. And he gets pushed over by Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed throws Velveteen Dream off this ladder. This dude is about 20 to 25 feet in the air. and he has to jump over the ring, jump over the plexiglass onto 2 effing tables. That was a holy shit moment. And you got to give props to the Dream about that. That was a scary, but that was a great spot right there. Going onto the 2 tables right there. So then it looks like Bronson Reed is going to win the North American Championship. And I'm like, oh my God, they're going to give this to Bronson Reed. I was on the edge of my seat for this, by the way. I was literally on the edge of my seat. Not just for this match, but the most of the night. And we'll get to that in a little bit. So then Grimes yanks Bronson Reed off of the ladder and he gives him the cave-in. Then I think that Johnny Gargano is going to win this match because then he knocks off Cameron Grimes. And now I was thinking of a spot after I just thought about this. The set time that Cameron Grimes took, he is an absolute beast for taking that spot, man. That looked brutal. That looked like a brutal spot. And that's something I would not want to be a part of whatsoever. Cameron Grimes, Johnny Gargano is on this ladder. Cameron Grimes on the other ladder. Johnny Gargano flips onto the ladder. He's sitting down. He powerbombs Cameron Grimes right onto the ladder. That looked sick. Cameron Grimes is a beast for taking that. So then anyway, Gargano yanks off Grimes. So now I think, are they really giving the title to Johnny Gargano here? Damian Priest pops up. And they both grab the North American Championship. And I'm like, uh-oh. This is Money in the Bank all over again. Someone's going to drop the title and someone else is going to catch it. So then Priest hits a right at Gargano. Gargano is holding on barely with one hand. All Priest does is yank the title off of Gargano's hand. Gargano falls to the ring canvas, and Damian Priest is the brand new NXT North American Champion. That was an excellent finish. You had me as a fan believing that anybody had a shot at winning this match. Velveteen Dream was up there, and then he got knocked off through the 2 tables. Then I thought, oh my God, Bronson Reed's going to win this match. He gets the cave-in by Cameron Grimes. Then I thought, Cameron Grimes, he's going to win this match. Then Johnny Gargano knocks off Grimes. Johnny Gargano, Johnny Wrestling's going to become a 2-time North American champion. Then we get this great ending with Damian Priest literally yanking the North American Championship away from Johnny Gargano. That was perfectly booked. And I couldn't give NXT Creative any more credit on that. That was a great finish to probably my favorite match of the night. That was some awesome shit right there, man. Props to all 6 individuals, including 5 individuals, including Candice LeRae. So I guess she's 6, who played a role in this match. This was awesome, and I was literally on the edge of my seat throughout the entire match. So that awesome stuff right there. Damian Priest is the new NXT North American Champion, and honestly, it was probably the right result. It was the right result, and that's the end of that. Who do I see Damian Priest feuding with over the North American Championship? I don't know. You have a couple options. You can do Cameron Grimes. I was thinking it was going to be Cameron Grimes, but now I think it could be Johnny Gargano, because they could do the storyline of Johnny Gargano was literally fingers away of having a North American title, and then you yanked it away from me. So I could see Johnny wrestling and going after Damian Priest and wanting the North American Championship. I could totally see that for the October 4th TakeOver, which I believe is the next TakeOver. So, that was that. That was an awesome match. Then we got into Adam Cole versus Pat McAfee. And I didn't give this any criticism leading up to this match. But I even said on the preview predictions video that if this wasn't good, if this was a failure, I would not hesitate to give this criticism whatsoever. Am I going to give this match criticism? No. This was actually really good. And for being an outsider and not being a full-time professional wrestler, Pat McAfee tonight impressed the shit out of me. Pat McAfee impressed the shit out of me with the stuff he did tonight in this match, playing a good heel with Adam Cole playing a good babyface. They actually had me believing, too, that Pat McAfee was winning this match. Especially with those football guys out there, but they weren't out there for long. But with them out there, I was getting this vision in my head. It was a bad vision, too, that what if Pat McAfee won this match because of the football players, because of AJ Hawk, Darius Butler, and some other dude that I don't know who he is. But what if they somehow dragged this shit out to War Games, and they had a War Games match between the Undisputed Era and Pat McAfee and his posse? I would not be a fan of that whatsoever. And I don't think that's the route they're going tonight, because Adam Cole won this match. Adam Cole won this match at the end in this 15-minute match. But damn, man, this match was very good. So we got the football players getting in the face of Cole on the outside. Out comes the Undisputed Era. Pat McAfee takes advantage of this. He goes to the top turnbuckle and hits a goddamn swanton off the top onto everybody on the outside. Great spot right there. Then we get a drop kick by McAfee into a chin lock for a few minutes. Cole reverses it. Cole hit a Ushigoroshi. Cole hit a knee strike for himself. They were both on the top rope. Cole pushed McAfee off the top rope. McAfee does a backflip, landing right on his feet. So McAfee landed right on his feet for the front flip, or the back flip. And Adam Cole was shocked as hell, man. Adam Cole was shocked at this. He was like, what the hell did this guy just do? And Pat McAfee had the same expression on his face as well. This guy then leaps on the top rope, hits a picture-perfect suplex, and Adam Cole kicks out. And I'm like, oh my God, what did we just see? Pat McAfee, of all people, just hit a perfect suplex on Adam Cole. Then McAfee hits the punt to Adam Cole. He punted his chest and not his face. I don't know why that was the case. But Adam Cole kicked out. McAfee went to the top. Adam Cole hit a super kick. Then he said, look up, Pat. I want you to see that I'm going to beat you right here. He then teases pulling down the knee pad, and he looks at the top rope. He pulls the knee pad back up. He's on the second rope. He's telling Pat, get up, Pat. Get up, Pat. And Adam Cole hits a Panama Sunrise with Pat McAfee selling the shit out of this. And Adam Cole won this great match against Pat McAfee. Cain Velasquez, failure. Tyson Fury, failure. Rob Gronkowski, failure. Pat McAfee, not a failure. This is why we have faith in NXT and not on the main roster. Because I'm telling you guys right now, if this match was happening at SummerSlam and not on NXT TakeOver, I have a feeling I would not be giving this match praise that I'm giving it now. I feel like the build was great. Pat McAfee plays a great dick heel, and he really did bring it in this match. He brung it in this match with Adam Cole. And you know what, man? People give Pat McAfee criticism, but at the end of the night, you got to give him credit. Pat McAfee put on a great show for us tonight, and I couldn't be any happier. I'm actually happy that I'm not shitting on this match. Adam Cole beats McAfee in a really good match. We then saw the NXT Women's Championship. Dakota Kai versus Io Shirai. This match was great as well. I was actually on the edge of my seat for this match as well. Now, don't keep it for granted, but we all knew Io Shirai was winning this match. Dakota Kai was not going to beat Io Shirai and take the NXT Women's Championship off of Io Shirai this quickly. We all knew that, okay? But then, Dakota Kai, she brung her A game tonight. Dakota Kai proved to us why she is one of the best women's wrestlers in the WWE right now. She might not have won, but at the end of this match, she came out as a winner in my eyes. She won me over tonight. She sure as hell won me over tonight. This was probably her best match ever in her WWE career in NXT. I love this match. This was probably my second favorite match of the night. And I would be willing to go back and watch this match anytime. Io Shirai is just great at what she does. She is probably the best women's wrestler in the world. And she gave Dakota Kai her best match ever in NXT. I think that says a lot about both women. I was a huge fan of this match. Huge. So we got Dakota trying to kick Io in the corner. And Dakota got her knee stuck. She sits down. Io hits three consecutive double running knees to the turnbuckle to Kai. 3 in a row. She then goes to the top. She hits a beautiful drop kick. She has the best drop kick in the business right now. Okay, I'm just telling y'all right now. Her, AJ Styles, Dolph Ziggler. If you say any three of them have the best drop kicks in the world, I wouldn't argue with you whatsoever. But she has a picture-perfect drop kick, man. Unbelievable from Io Shirai. Then Dakota tries to kick. I'm just going to get to the finish. Dakota kicks the referee instead of Io Shirai. Io goes to the top. She hits a moonsault, and the ref is not there to cover. Then we all knew where this was going. Raquel Gonzalez, she got in the ring. She power slammed Io Shirai to the mat. She dragged Dakota onto Io. She dragged the referee. The referee counted 1, 2. Is Dakota Kai going to win the NXT Women's Championship? No. Io kicks out. Io then hits a drop kick again to Dakota Kai. The ref is up. Io hits a moonsault off the top rope. And Io Shirai retains the NXT Women's Championship. Then she gets attacked by Raquel Gonzalez at the end of the match. Out comes Rhea Ripley, and all she does is a stare down with Raquel Gonzalez. Then at the end of this match, Io Shirai is in the ring with her theme music going, and all you see in the background is Rhea Ripley staring down Io Shirai. Now, I told you, you guys probably know, I love this match. This match was awesome. Probably one of the best women's matches of the entire year, in my opinion. But let's talk about that ending. We all know Rhea Ripley has been cold as ice ever since she lost her NXT Women's Championship to Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania this year. And ever since, she has not felt the same. She doesn't feel the same. And quite frankly, there is no point of having Rhea Ripley out there to stare down Raquel Gonzalez of all people, who's trash in the ring. And that's a match that I'm actually not looking forward to see. But Rhea Ripley, tonight, she had Io Shirai in her presence. She was staring down Io Shirai like a hawk on the stage. She should have right then and there ran back in the ring, attack Io Shirai, and be like, bitch, I want my title back, and I'm going to do it in a different manner, in a different way, like a different personality, I guess you could say. She should have turned heel right then and there. And you would have had me interested. Now, if we get a babyface Rhea versus a babyface Io, yeah, I'm sure the match is going to be great. But I don't know if that's something I'm interested in. For you to get me interested in Rhea having another chance at the NXT Women's Championship, she has to turn heel. She has got to change somewhere, some way, because she does not feel the same. She has not felt the same since WrestleMania. Like I said earlier, she should have turned heel right then and there on Io Shirai. Be like, bitch, I want my title back that I lost. And then poof, you have your NXT Women's Championship match for the next TAKEOVER, and Io Shirai versus a heel Rhea Ripley. But now, I don't know where they go with this. Rhea, I guess, is still feuding with Mercedes Martinez, but are we really going to get Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Gonzalez? That's something I'm not really interested in whatsoever. So, that's that. Main event. Before we get to the main event, we get 2 video packages in a row. One with NXT UK returning on September 17th. Good for them. And Tommaso Champa is coming back to NXT this Wednesday, which will not be going up against AEW once again because of the NBA playoffs. Now, I'll get to Champa once I'm done talking about this main event. But the main event of the evening was Keith Lee defending the NXT Women's the Women's Championship. The NXT Championship against Karrion Kross. Now, let me tell you something. This was probably the match I was looking forward to the most the entire weekend. The entire weekend. I was looking forward to Karrion Kross versus Keith Lee the most. Was this match good? Yes. I thought this match was decent. Decent at best. But, man, I'm going to speak the truth about this. And this is my opinion. You don't have to like it. But I expected so much more out of this match than what we got. To the point where at the end, I actually felt a little bit disappointed with the match being so slow. Karrion Kross had a headlock in for almost 5 minutes, and it gave me vibes of Backlash 2020 when it was Samoa Joe versus Roman Reigns, and all Samoa Joe did was headlocks. That was terrible. This reminded me of the same thing. Keith Lee, with his weak-ass punches to Kross, wasn't believable whatsoever. Powerbomb to Kross, and then at the end, they're both on the top rope. I'm thinking they're going to go for a Spanish fly, but then Kross has Lee on the top rope, hits a over-the-head suplex, and Kross just wins the championship right there. And I'm like, damn, that kind of came out of nowhere. And then Kross and Scarlett, they're on the stage with the NXT Championship. And that was the way NXT TAKEOVER 30 went off the air. Now, a couple things here. I did not like the fact that Keith Lee got pinned. I don't like that whatsoever. They should have protected Keith Lee because you pinned him clean. I was thinking they were going to do a rematch at the next TakeOver. But now, why does Keith Lee deserve a rematch when he got pinned clean in the middle of the ring by Karrion Kross? I didn't like that. You could have submitted him. You could have had him pass out of the Kross jacket, and you had Keith Lee get his rematch, and that's that. I still think he's going to get his rematch. People think he's going to be on the main. People think he's going to show up on Raw Monday. I'm like, dude, they're going to do the rematch again. Kross is going to win again. And then Keith Lee will get called up during the draft. He'll get drafted to Raw or SmackDown. I prefer SmackDown because that show needs some star power. So I didn't like that. And another thing I thought in my head is after they're done with Keith Lee and Karrion Kross, who is there to take on Karrion Kross for the NXT Championship? If you guys really think about it, what baby faces do they have that could take on Kross? Now this brings me to Tommaso Champa. People say, well, Kross's next challenger is going to be Tommaso Champa. And I'm like, okay, Champa is a candidate to take the title off of Kross and get redemption on Kross and take the NXT Championship. Why would you do it so early? Why would you do that so early? Karrion Kross, okay? Karrion Kross is being a champion for at least till the beginning of next year, okay? He ain't losing that title for a long time. So all you people saying Ciampa's getting the next match, that's not going to happen. Because eventually, Ciampa is going to beat Kross for the NXT Championship. So I don't really consider Tommaso Ciampa a challenger for the NXT Championship yet. Really, the only person I can think about is Finn Balor. After Keith Lee and the October takeover, rumored there's going to be an October 4th takeover. I'm guessing on that takeover, we're going to do Keith Lee and Karrion Kross again. Keith Lee will lose and then get called up to the main roster. Then in the November takeover Survivor Series weekend, I'm guessing they're going to do Kross versus Finn Balor. And it'll be Kross's NXT Championship streak. Kross's NXT Championship is on the line with Finn Balor putting up his NXT TakeOver winning streak. And then maybe January 2021 Royal Rumble weekend or WrestleMania weekend, Tommaso Champa finally gets his revenge on Karrion Kross and will become the NXT champion. That's the way I see things playing out from now until the end of 2021. The people saying Ciampa is getting the next shot at the NXT Championship are wrong, because Kross is not losing that title for the rest of the year. Not the way he's been booked. Not the way he's been booked. And that's the way we're going to end the NXT TakeOver 30 review right here on the Big Fight Field channel. Great show tonight, man. Great TakeOver tonight. I feel that they're lacking, like, maybe the energy is lacking a little bit because there's no audience there. But this was still a great TakeOver. And if there's one thing NXT always gets right, it's TakeOver. And they prove it again tonight with a great TakeOver 30. I want to thank you guys for watching this review here on the channel tonight. If you have not already, subscribe to the channel so you get the SummerSlam review tomorrow night and the AEW review tomorrow morning as well, with my special guest, good friend, Wesley Landon Woosley. I haven't even watched AEW yet. I'm going to go watch it after I upload this, and I'll be tweeting about it as well. So keep up with that. I'll be on the channel tomorrow morning. This will be up by around, hopefully, 11 a.m. tomorrow morning for you guys, just to give you time before SummerSlam. Comment down below. I want to know your thoughts on tonight's TakeOver 30 show, man. Leave me your thoughts on everything that happened on this show tonight. I want to know. Hit that like button if you enjoyed my NXT TakeOver 30 review. Follow me on Twitter at Conlon_Joseph. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for the AEW review tomorrow morning, right here on the channel. Have a good night. Stay safe.